Between the Lines. I'm Tatum Everett alongside Ben Leber. And the Vikings fall to the Philadelphia Eagles 28-22. They are now 3-3 on the season and on a short week. Ben, you were on the sideline the entire game. When you think of how close this was, I mean, the Vikings were knocking on the door at every step there in the fourth quarter. What did you make of that fight in the game, but in the end falling short?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we know the fight that this team has. I mean, we've heard the word resilient thrown around about 1,000 times. But the thing is, like, we know this team's going to battle all the way to the end. And unfortunately, we just, didn't have enough time on the clock to really punch it in the end zone and make this a game. We strategized, we tried to get that field goal, and okay, we just have to get one stop. I really thought up until that zero pressure that we had, where they just kind of lofted the ball to A.J. Brown, that we got a real chance here. So they made the right plays in the right time. So unfortunately, we got to kind of lick our wounds and get ready for Thursday night.
The odds of winning a game when you turn the ball over twice, not only twice, but one for a score, are pretty low. And to be in it it's a good sign for what this Vikings team has. What do they need to do to get over those mistakes and convert those almost wins into victories?
Well, I think it starts with a little tit for tat. I mean, if we're going to turn the ball over, well, you got to expect and hope that our defense can take the ball away. This is the third game in a row with zero takes for our defense, and that's not good enough. Right. Every team teaches, being chaotic, getting to the quarterback, giving yourself opportunities to get to the football. Now that's whether it's an Isaiah Rodgers punch out on a ball carrier or just putting yourself in a position to pick off the football. It seems like we're providing the coverage. I mean, so many opportunities in the passing game for the Eagles were just second chance plays. I know they had, the big 79-yarder to Devontae, and they had a couple plays in rhythm, but overall, a lot of third downs and a lot of big-time gotta-have-it plays were second chance plays because our coverage was so good. It's just the rush kind of fell apart.
Can you clarify that? What second chance plays
Second chance plays are basically receivers that break off their primary route. Okay. They run their route. They all of a sudden see the quarterback's in duress. Quarterback's breaking outside the pocket. Then it's just backyard football.
Yeah.
Then it just becomes get open, find a void, find space, find green grass, make sure that the quarterback can see you so they can complete the ball. And that's the hardest thing for any sort of coverage guy, whether it's a linebacker or a guy in the secondary, because you don't know where this guy's going to go. There's usually a rhyme and a reason to the routes that they run. You can kind of figure out the combinations that they're going to run based on your leverage. But when they say, just get open, it's hard to cover those guys for that amount of time.
Would that go back to getting more pressure on the quarterback as well?
Well, it's responsible pressure is what it is. We're getting the pressure. The whole reason why the play breaks down is because we are getting pressure. And in this case, we get Jalen Hurts that feels the pressure, whether it's internal or from the edges. He finds a way to scramble. Then it's amount of guys staying in the rush lanes. So you don't have that guy break outside the pocket.
All right. We mentioned the linebackers, and Blake Cashman was back in the game, someone that we haven't seen since the Bears game.
Yeah.
You were able to speak to him in the locker room afterwards. What were his and really the whole sentiments of the locker room?
I mean, obviously guys are disappointed. They were down about everything. It's one of the harder things to do during the course of the season is get ready for these Thursday night games, especially after a loss. You're going to evaluate every game that you play, whether it's a win or loss. But when you lose, you have to look at things a little more critically. You try to fix those things in a truncated week, and a lot of times you're not putting full pads on, you're not getting full speed looks, so you need full speed corrections a lot of the times. And in this case, it's not about that. They're not going to have a full week to go full speed, and so it's really going to come down to, and he alluded to this, was just getting your body right, especially in his case where he's coming back from a hamstring injury. Other guys are dealing with some bumps and bruises. It's get the mental part stuff done, but spend a lot of time in the tub to get your body right for Thursday.
Right, because that Wednesday travel day will be here sooner than we know it as of right now. I wanted to get your opinion on one last thing, because you maybe had a different vantage point than most of us. You were on the sideline. TJ Hawkinson, did you get a good look at that touchdown, or I'm sorry, the nullified touchdown?
Yeah. I've gone back and forth. Initially when I saw a couple angles, the way I interpret that play and those type of plays are if the hands are underneath the football and the ball makes contact with the ground but doesn't significantly aid you in the possession of the football, it's still a catch.
Right.
Now, I did see another angle after I kind of, acted like a baby on the radio and was talking about how this is a ridiculous overturn. I did see another angle where there was separation between the hands and the ball.
Right.
And for that split frame, that split second, it did look like he lost control of it. We're getting very nitpicky, but we're in a frame-by-frame instant replay business, and that's what they did.
That's what they did. Well, Ben, we will have a short week. Between the Lines will be on a Thursday this next time around as the Vikings look to get back into the win column against the Chargers on Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime.